What up to my peoples, and welcome back to Retro Crunch, your nostalgia show that is all about pop culture, movies, music, and games that relates to all things 70s, 80s, and 90s. So if you grew up watching 80s cartoons, you probably have some favorite villains that you rooted against from your childhood. Well, we're going to list the top 10 cartoon villains of the 1980s. So let the countdown begin. Number 10, Miles Mayhem from the show Mask.
Get out of here, old man, before I lose my temper!
He is the cruel, aggressive leader of a deadly criminal organization named Venom. Miles actually killed the leader of Mask's brother, Andy Tracker, so he's one cold-blooded killer. Number 9, Gargamel from the Smurfs. He's an evil wizard and a sworn enemy of the Smurfs.
He was bad. Oh, I hate Smurfs.
His sole purpose in life is to hunt down all Smurfs and either eat them, turn them into gold, or use them in as potions to make spells. So when it comes to hating something as cute as the Smurfs, you just gotta be evil for that. Number 8, Monstar from Silverhawks.
I feel its power.
He's an evil mob boss that is determined to rule the galaxy and destroy the Silverhawks in the process. This monstrous feline humanoid turns all muscle-bound and spike armor-plated when he gets power from the beams of Limbo's Moonstar. Number 7, Hordak from She-Ra, Princess of Power.
I'm Hordak!
Hordak is the leader of the evil Horde. He is the most powerful of the evil beings in Etheria, which is Eternia's sister planet. Hordak killed King Grayskull and was the former mentor of Skeletor until Skeletor betrayed him and trapped him in another dimension. He now operates as the evil ruler of Etheria and is the main villain in the show She-Ra, Princess of Power. Number 6, Finger from Dungeons & Dragons, also known as the Force of Evil.
No power can stop me.
He's an evil demon sorcerer that has great and mysterious powers. He is the main enemy from Dungeons & Dragons, and later in the series is found out that he is actually the son of Dungeon Master. Finger's sole purpose in life is to kill the Dungeon Master and rule the realm. He supposedly knows nearly every spell in the D&D RPG books, so this would make him one formidable enemy, especially if you play D&D. Number 5, Shredder from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Did you really think you could beat a ninja master?
Any villain that could take on 4 martial artist turtles has to be in the top 5. He has some real flunkies though in Bebop and Rocksteady, so he wasn't really very good at hiring his minions, and he was second in command behind the freak of nature Krang. But still, he was one evil SOB, and pretty much anyone that came in his path trembled in fear. Number 4, Skeletor from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Honest men do an honest day's work, or I destroy their village.
This bad guy is classic. One of the most well-known and ruthless villains that 1980s kids would remember. Skeletor is just the epitome of villainy. He had that maniacal, creepy laugh that was perfect for his character, some crazy magical powers, and was hell-bent on the total destruction of He-Man and Eternia. Number 3, Mum-Ra from Thundercats. He looks unassuming in his weak mummy form until he calls on the ancient spirits of evil to become a huge muscle-bound monster. Mum-Ra would kill every Thundercat and eat their souls if given a chance. He's bound in servitude to 4 undead evil sorcerers, known as the ancient spirits of evil, so he's not completely in charge of the underworld, but close. Number 2, Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero.
Beheadings for terminal stupidity!
When you think of an 80s terrorist that wants to rule the world, kill G.I. Joes, and will stop at nothing, Cobra Commander is near the top of the list. He was great at picking his sidekicks, with having Destro and Baroness at his side, and he runs a huge ruthless terrorist organization meant to bring terror and destruction upon all of the earth. Before we get to number 1, I know there's some of you that are probably disappointed that your favorite villain didn't make the list, but maybe it made it in my top 15 through 11. At number 15, Prince Lothar from Voltron. 14 is Psykill from Challenge of the GoBots. Then at 13, we got Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. Number 12 is Baron Greenback from Danger Mouse. And number 11 is Doc Terror from the Centurions. And coming in at the number 1 spot is Megatron from Transformers. He's absolutely ruthless and has an awesome backstory to boot. Sorta reminds me of Zod from Superman. Megatron's motto is peace through tyranny. And aside from always taking crap from Starscream, this baddie is ruthless and will stop at nothing to enslave and destroy anyone or anything in his path. Plus, he actually did kill Optimus Prime. who is one of the most beloved cartoon heroes of all time. So that's my top 10 villains from the 80s cartoons. Let me know which ones you'd pick for your top 5 villains of the 1980s. You can post them in the comments section down below. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this show. And if you enjoyed the list, be sure to like the video and don't forget to subscribe. So until next time, remember, if it ain't retro, it ain't worth watching.